This is deemed the Hopewell Mushroom Wand because it is indeed an effigy of a mushroom that is created by, indeed, the Hopewell people of ancient America. Now, whether or not it's an actual wand is another question in and of itself, but it does signify that this ancient indigenous culture has a relationship with the shroom, and more particularly, the Amanita muscaria. And yes, it is indeed a psychedelic. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to a book of which I found this information from.
This is Mysteries of the Hopewell by William Romaine. It really is a treasure trove of information, and of course, here is the little excerpt that we are talking about today.
So the Hopewell Mushroom Effigy Wand was uncovered during an archaeological excavation at a Hopewell ceremonial site in the early 20th century. This site, located near the confluence of two rivers, a recurring feature in Hopewell settlement patterns, yielded numerous artifacts that highlighted their artistic and spiritual sophistication. The Mushroom Effigy Wand, intricately carved from a dark, fine-grained stone, was found in a Hopewell burial mound alongside other ceremonial items such as copper ornaments, shell beads, and other animal effigies. The wand itself is a slender, elongated object shaped to resemble a mushroom or fungal form with a rounded cap and a textured or carved stem. The precision and detail of the carving suggests that it was not merely decorative, but held significant cultural and possibly spiritual or religious value. Traces of pigment found on the wand hint that it may have been painted or adorned with color at some point, adding to its ceremonial purpose and its mystique abroad. The effigy's mushroom-like shape has led to much speculation about its purpose and symbolism. Some researchers suggest that it may be connected to a shamanistic practice, if you will, or other different rituals to a now probably lost religion that involved altered states of consciousness. Psychedelic fungi known for their psychoactive properties were potentially used in religious or visionary ceremonies across various ancient cultures. And while there is no direct evidence that the Hopewell people used such substances, the effigy is probably evidence of itself, and it could represent a symbolic connection to the natural world and the psychedelic world with its transformative powers. Alternatively, the effigy could symbolize fertility, renewal, or the life-death rebirth cycle, a theme that's also deeply ingrained in the Hopewell religion. The inclusion of the wand in a burial context suggests it played a role in funerary rites or beliefs surrounding the afterlife in some way. The excavation that unearthed the Mushroom Effigy Wand was meticulously documented, and it's a fairly well-known endeavor. Archaeologists employed different tests to understand the construction of the burial mound and its complexities, revealing different layers of soil interspersed with deposits of artifacts that were also endured with cremated human remains. And the wand was found near the center of the mound itself, indicating a very, very important aspect of the burial's hierarchy. Radiocarbon dating of the organic material within the mound places its construction around 200 AD, and the site also revealed evidence of long-distance trade because it included obsidian from potentially the Rocky Mountains, mica from the potential Appalachia region, and marine shells from potentially the Gulf Coast. These findings highlight the Hopewell culture's extensive trade networks and their ability to acquire exotic materials for different purposes. The Mushroom Effigy Wand remains an important piece in the puzzle of Hopewell spirituality and religion. It demonstrates the culture's sophisticated symbolic expression and their deep connection to nature and the natural world abroad. Modern interpretations continue to evolve as archaeologists and ethnobotanists explore potential links between Hopewell artifacts and indigenous knowledge systems. While the exact purpose of the Mushroom Effigy Wand may not fully be understood, its discovery enriches our understanding of the Hopewell people's worldview and their mastery of symbolic representation. The transition from the Adena to the Hopewell culture, occurring roughly between 100 BC and 200 AD, marked a dramatic increase in societal complexity, spiritual expression, and monumental architecture. The Adena people, who were, of course, the precursors to the Hopewell people, if you didn't know, were already accomplished mound builders and practitioners of ritualistic religion. However, the Hopewell took these foundations and expanded them into a broader and more sophisticated cultural system. Artifacts like the Mushroom Effigy Wand may have played a role in this sort of cultural leap as a symbol of spiritual power or a new ceremonial practice. The wand could signify a shift in religious focus, perhaps moving toward more elaborate rituals or an expanded religion that required heightened collaboration and innovation that involved psychedelics. These shifts likely stimulated social cohesion, as shared religious practices often acted as unifying forces in ancient societies. This cohesion could have provided the organizational foundation for the large-scale architectural projects that defined the Hopewell era. The symbolic significance of the Mushroom Effigy Wand may reflect a deeper connection to the natural world and altered states of consciousness, which could have profoundly influenced Hopewell religion and society. If such objects were tied to shamanistic religion and rituals, they may have facilitated a shared spiritual experience among leaders, shamans, and communities abroad. This would have reinforced a collective identity and provided the ideological framework for their society's hierarchical structure. The Hopewell culture's broader religious influence is evident in their extensive trade networks as well. These networks not only facilitated the exchange of goods like obsidian, mica, and marine shells, but also spread religious ideas and different symbolism. Objects like the Mushroom Effigy Wand may have been emblematic of this cultural exchange, serving as a portable medium of religious or ceremonial significance that it could inspire practices in distant communities. The dissemination of such practices could have encouraged regional uniformity in spiritual beliefs while further strengthening alliances and cultural integration. The Hopewell culture's increased architectural sophistication is evident in their intricate mound complexes, their geometric earthworks, and their ceremonial enclosures, and it all likely stemmed from their evolving religious and social structures. These developments were a clear advancement over the more modest burial mounds of their predecessors, the Adena culture, the Adena people, and the Hopewell earthworks, such as the Great Circle earthworks and the Newark earthworks, demonstrate a precise understanding of geometry, astronomy, and large-scale engineering. Artifacts like the Mushroom Effigy Wand might have been a pivotal role or played a pivotal role in ceremonies that inspired or legitimized these architectural feats. The symbolic connection between spiritual artifacts and monumental architecture is well documented in ancient societies, and for the Hopewell, such objects could have represented divine approval or cosmic alignment, motivating the construction of grand structures to honor deities, ancestors, or other natural forces. Neighboring groups probably adopted the Hopewell-inspired religious practices or incorporated elements of their cosmology into their own traditions. The Mushroom Effigy Wand, for instance, might have symbolized fertility, transformation, or a divine knowledge, concepts that resonated broadly among indigenous societies and ancient societies abroad. These shared themes could have fostered interregional religious unity and even influenced the development of subsequent cultural traditions. The potential impact of artifacts like the Mushroom Effigy Wands extends beyond their immediate cultural context, and the Hopewell's ability to innovate in religion, architecture, and societal organization left a lasting legacy on later indigenous cultures, and their achievements are still marveled at today because they are truly monumental. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment below on what I should make a video about next. Thank you very much for listening, watching, and for all the love recently, guys. It really means the world to me. Peace!